What up? What up with y'all? Hey, so I'm just giving the cosmic report for today. It's Trefo Day. You feel what I'm saying? It's Trefo Day. Shout out to my daughter. Shout out to my son, Nas. You feel me? Shout out to my son, Nas. You feel me? Shout out to my daughter, the realest. You feel me? So it's Trefo Day, man. Shout out to my baby. Shout out to my baby girl. You feel me? So she throwing up the Trefo. You feel me? Because she a daughter of the Trefo. She a daughter of the Trefo honorably. You feel me? Because her father. And my son is the son of Salam. That's his birthright. Ben Salam. Alright, so this is a cosmic report. Let's look at what's going on in the heavens right now. It's Trefo Day, big Trefo Day. So our sun is in Aquarius right now. So the sun this is inside the real. So if you go outside and you look at the sun, that's where our sun is at. All right. And Mars is also in Aquarius. So it's a whole lot of Aquarian energy going on right now. You feel me? This is why, my pages are archived, because we pouring the facts into our archives and storing these timestamps. That's the only reason we on this. This is ancient media, not social media, ancient. So you see the moon, we got a full moon. Big Mama say you need to if you're trying to make your hair grow, you need to cut your hair right now. Just cut a clip of it. That's why the moon is in the virgin head. She said it before it came. That's how I knew the full moon was coming, because I talked to my Big Mama. So the moon is opposite. It's not all the way full because you see the sun is in Aquarius. All right. So the cross for Aquarius is Leo. You know what I'm saying? That's the East Coast. That's the East Coast nip. You know what I'm saying? Crossing the Mississippi. You feel me? On our Nipsey Hussle Square. By the way, I named the star in Regulus Hermes. The star Regulus in Leo Hermes. Because that's his sun star. That's the crisscross. That's his sun. You feel me? That's the flip off the Leo. You know what I mean? That's why we them Detroit Lions. Because it's in our blood. It's in our blood. So that's what the cosmic report. So it's a whole lot of activity going on in Pisces, Saturn, Venus, all them there. Go to Ram, the Ram rising right now. Venus. By the way, this Star Walk too. You feel me? But you have to understand cosmology in order to use that app. You can't just get on there. But this is a good starter kit. You feel me? So that's where our sun is at. And it's accurate. It's accurate because I study the skies. Right? So it's accurate. It's just it's a ratio scale. So this is what's on the descent right there. And the moon is descendant. So you can see the moon tonight it'll probably rise around 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock. But you see it's leaving out of Leo. So babies that's being born right now, that's their moon sign right there. The moon right there, that's a beautiful moon sign right there. Trefo Day, the Trefo babies. That's the 3-4. 3-4 or 3-4 or how about we say 3-4 instead of 6-7? That's the Trefo. That's Jerusalem. That's the real Jerusalem. And that's the land I'm from, so I can speak on it. That Bathsheba Creek set a peace treaty. That's why it's called Salam. you got the Dar al-Hakab, which is the house of war, and then you got the Dar al-Salam, which is the house of peace. So the Trefo it's in that Dar al-Salam. So that's the real Salam. You feel me? So that's the contract. And Iran got the knock. So they got the knock. Big Mama, she sent out the call. She said, Salam alaikum. You feel me? So therefore, the real Jerusalem is the triad. And I talk about that in the alarm clock, if you can go get it. The alarm clock is my best works. It's my best works. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and get a cosmic report. So that's what's going on today in your neck of the woods. You know, and then I'm gonna say this too, for the mommies, there's a lot of mommies that's carrying babies right now. They got babies baking. You need to know this stuff. This is very important. You have to be the one to plot it. Okay? And you have to record it in the Library of Congress. That's the jurisdiction for where your birth records have to go. And you need to make it ceremonial. You record it. I'm just telling you, that's the law of the land. You record your children's chart. Or you feel what I'm saying? Or you bring somebody in that can do this. You feel me? So, peace to the Almighty, the Virgin Mary. That's the Virgin Marie. That's her. She rises above you every single day. She rises above you. She's watching over you. She's covering over you. Every single day, she is. You feel me? That's the pull of the moon. You feel me? So there go Jupiter there and Gemini. Again, that's why I'm communicating with you, because I'm on code. That's the season that we in, right? In the Ram, when Jupiter was in the Ram, I was preparing the gardens. Now I'm communicating with you. That's the part of where we at right now. Because a lot of y'all going to be leaving y'all jobs. A lot of y'all are not going to be dependent on this corporate structure no more. And you're going to be dependent on yourself. So when I came in my independency, I came to set an example. So I started depositing my own checks in 2018. And in Ethiopia is 2018. So I had to come back to 2018 to let you know, like, hey, you can do this. You could be self-sufficient. You feel me? When I first deposited my first check at the bank and I signed the check myself, the lady looked at me and was like, you can't do that. And I was like, I know I can't. You gonna do it. And she deposited the check and I got the credit. So she was right. Then when I moved out of my home state, they told me that I was a foreigner. So instead of me paying to get a citizenship, I paid and got a corporation. So it's like, it's not about what they say you can't do. It's about what you have the ability to do. So it's like, smarten up. And now, how am I going to be a foreigner on my own land? They said not that I was foreign, my company was foreign. So to get a foreign business license, it costs less to get the corporation. So I got the corporation. Checkmate. You feel me? And then I was able to make deposits out of state. And that's why I tell the young kids, I'm like, yo, y'all got to get out y'all home state. Go somewhere. Like y'all living where y'all at because y'all are indigenous to that territory. Your people have always been there. But go out and venture out and see the world. Go to live somewhere else, get that experience. You can always go back home. You always can go back home. But it literally saves lives when you go out and you explore and you learn survival skills. That's what makes you, like, if you can survive out here. So, yeah, this is just the word for the day. I'm finna, enjoy my day. Like, appreciate where I'm at right now, the work I'm doing, like literally doing these ground studies every single day just so that I can, like, I was listening to a Michael Jackson interview and he was like, when you give the people what they want and you're really good at it and you perfect your craft, then that's the formula for success. And that's why he was really successful, because he literally, what it takes to just dedicate, like, something that, like, God gave you. He kept talking about how his music came from God, the words, the rhythm, the movement, the motions, it all came from God. And it's like, when you work and you perfect what God gave you and you dedicate your life towards that, like, that is everlasting. That lives throughout the ages. So that's the type of creator I am. Like, Lauryn Hill talked about how she had to go out and experience life so that she could come back and write about it. And that's how her music got better. And that's where I'm at. Okay, I put out the alarm clock because I was talking about technically 22 years of experience, of my life experience. But then I had to go back because I lived 22, but I still had to go to 23, 24, 25, 26. So now it's like, instead of me talking about my life, I want to talk about my people's lives, right? Because nobody is writing about it from scholarship, about my people directly, like the Carolinian, the Kentuckianas, right? The Ohio River people. You know what I mean? So I had to write. I wanted to write about them, the Mayans. You know what I mean? That's Juan John. John Juan. You know what I'm saying? The son of William. They call him the Don. You feel me? So that's London, Kentucky. You feel me? So yeah. Look, like I said, a lot of y'all are about to, like, literally, I know this is the shift. A lot of y'all are going to have to be self-sufficient. I'm talking about the teachers. I'm talking about the people that's in the military. I'm talking about the people that got everydays. Y'all are tired, y'all fed up, and so, like, you're gonna have to depend on yourself. And so when you get out of a job, you know that your time coming any day. It could be any day. Any of y'all, if you got a full time, they could, like, hey, we got a budget cut. Any day they can do that. You feel me? So when that time come, you have to already be prepped. And so I had to go through that. I had to live that for you, to show you how you can be self-sufficient. I've been doing it for about almost 10 years now. Almost 10 years. And I went through the ups and downs. But now I know the stability. You feel me? You got to have stability. You got to have a stability system first. It's not about money. It's about you being stable, right? You being stable. So you got to have budgets. You know what I'm saying? It's not about money. It's more so about budgets. So I'm going to leave on that note. Today is Trey Fo Day. Shout out to the Trey Fo. We doing real work. Don't vote for me. I'm just going to do the work. I'm going to do the work that they talking about, that they trying to convince you that they going to do. We going to do it. We already doing it. I don't need your vote. I really don't need your vote. You feel me? because I'm already in position by birthright. That's literally it. And so can you. If you like, that's it. That's it. We already in position. That's it. That's really it. That's it. Bartabra, the house of passage. You feel what I'm saying? That's the house of passage. That's where we come from. Feel me? So, that's the house of Darrell. That's why they call me Ibn Darrell, because I'm the son of my mama. Dar al-Salam. That's it. Dar el-Salam. That's who I am. The son of the house of peace. That's what it means in Arabic. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, North America is, they could try it if they want to. But like I said on live the other day, it's just like it's like Iran is, it's not real's karmic debt that they couldn't afford. It's costing them billions of damages that they're, accumulating from, you know what I mean? So that's the karmic debt. So they can, they can't come here. That's like the dragon eating his tail. You understand what I'm telling you? So there's a covenant, a divine covenant over our people in North America. And again, like I said, it comes from the Genesis 14. And shout out to the noble Bishop Hash. He literally had a sermon on this 2 weeks ago about Melchizedek and Ibrahim, right? So that's the, like, when they announced that I was born, my father told me that Bishop said that Abraham about to have a son. That was the proclamation for when the people found out about me. Man. So Abraham built the temple. Dog. And they gave the bread and the butter to Melchizedek. And Melchizedek bleached him and his family. Man. Dar al-Islam. So I'm telling you, y'all we are God's chosen people. And the curse is being lifted off of us. Don't get distracted. You see what I'm saying? And for the noble military people who stepping down, y'all should, just like my grandfather got honorable discharge. He served in Pearl Harbor. That's my grandfather. That's William. He served in Pearl Harbor. And he left. He was a civilian and he got honorable discharge from the military because he was on code. So those who choose, and it's like Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying, who said he not about to go overseas and fight for his people in a war that don't have nothing to do with him. He gonna stand here and fight for his people. You feel me? That's real talk. On Central Avenue. And my great grandparents they buried where Muhammad Ali is buried, on the same block. All my great grandparents, well, William is buried in Detroit, but his mama and his daddy, they buried right there in Louisville at Eastern Cemetery. You feel me? So that's who I do this for. It's really for them. They had to endure so much for us to be able to talk like this. You feel me? On public platforms. And really to maintain our dignity and our royalty. That's why I'm an author. Because my grandfather was Henry Arthur. You feel me? That's just like Henry Arthur Callis. That's why it's in my blood. It's in the DNA. So You know, that's our cosmic report, people. You need to know what's going on in the cosmos. So shout out to the babies that's born today. Happy Trefo Day. Long live the real. The Dar al Salam.